Hey, I'm Daniel, and this past December I was diagnosed with Hodgkins lymphoma. Within the entire month of December, I was diagnosed with cancer. I graduated from the University of Florida, and I also got engaged. When I first found out that I had cancer, it came as a huge surprise. I was originally diagnosed from the University of Florida Infirmary. It's a place that people normally go to just for colds and flus, so I had no clue that my symptoms I was experiencing at the time would lead to something such as Hodgkin's lymphoma. When my parents came down with me and visited the doctor and they told me that I had Hodgkin's lymphoma, at first I didn't actually know what it was, and my parents started crying before I knew, that Hodgkin's lymphoma was cancer. So when the doctor did say that it was cancer, I realized that the symptoms I had been experiencing the past few months were because of a cancer mass inside of my chest. So that was a huge surprise. And that day, having to go home and tell my roommates, and also at the time my girlfriend, was extremely hard because they're extremely close to me, and just having to tell them that news was a huge burden and very emotional. The night before I went into the doctor and found out my diagnosis was the night I actually bought the engagement ring for, at the time, my girlfriend. And in hindsight, I think it's a good picture of how quickly your life can change. Having the excitement of buying the ring and then the next day finding out that you have cancer, I think is a great picture of the challenges that cancer brings. Chemo is different for every person, and with Hodgkin's lymphoma, you go in once every 2 weeks for treatment, and I go every other Wednesday. And every time I go in for chemo, I sit in a chair. I get there about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I normally leave by about 2 or 3 o'clock. And there's chairs spread throughout the floor. The first day I was there, I sat in a room where I could see other people getting their treatment. But since then, I've been going into a different side of the building where each person has their own little room and you have your own privacy. And the doctors, they just change out the chemo drugs about every 30 minutes to an hour until all your treatment's done. Chemo is actually them inserting different medicines into your body. And with me, they have 7 different medications that they insert through a port into my body. The first of 3 of the 7 medicines that they give me are actually medicines to help fight the nausea that people experience because of the chemo drugs. The challenges that every person faces while going through chemo varies, but the thing I've found to be most difficult is the first 4 to 5 days after chemo. I feel very nauseous, and my ability to go out and do things in the yard and to go out and run around, I just lack energy to do things. Because of the age difference I saw on my first day of chemo, I wanted to be involved with and hear firsthand from people who are going through cancer at my age. So having the opportunity to spend time with people who have been through the same treatments I've been through and at the same age was extremely helpful and encouraging for me. So how can you help out? The first thing you can do is pray for someone you know who's going through cancer. And the second thing you can do is come alongside and support someone who's going through cancer.